And like that, we're back. What's going on, fellas?
What up with you, bro? What's going on?
Not too much. All right, we back. It
Back
is
like
the
cook
Open
crack.
Gym
Yes, sir.
podcast from coaches to casuals, grassroots to the league. This is Open Gym. I'm Coach Q.
Coach T, who I be.
Coach Way too nice. Coach Wayne, baby, what's up?
All right. Yeah, we back. New situation.
Yeah.
The Open Gym podcast is in a open gym
For the
today.
first time, baby. Look what
Broadcasting live.
we here.
Yes,
we
sir.
here on the court, man. Right here in the open gym, man. The background, the outlay looks beautiful, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One thing I will say is shout out to because it's what it's been like 3 weeks, 4
Yep.
weeks since last time we shot one. Last time we shot it inside the studio. And since then, I do want to give a shout out to just the basketball community here in Charlotte.
Oh, no, for
Shout out
sure.
to them snow day runs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You talking about something that went viral, like literally within 24 to 48 hours, went from nothing to everything.
Yeah.
You had every kid in the city here.
Yeah.
From what it looked like.
And the thing is, like, shout out to the kids, all the hoopers. I guess like they all be in group chats and things like that.
Sure.
Somebody thought it was like master marketed. And when I tell you, I just woke up that morning, they ain't had school. I said, let me put this flyer together. Hey, QJ, send this out. We just gonna be in the gym. If somebody want to pull up, they want to pull up. We ain't think it was gonna be what it was. Hey, Coach Wayne showed up day one.
Yes, sir.
He hopped on the court.
Yes, sir. Had to Christian this court, baby.
Yeah. I think that him and his team might have ran off like 7-8 straight.
Yeah, we did. It was well, I would say with me, QJ, Zai, AC, and Javon.
Yeah.
And for y'all who don't know who Javon is the big tall dude that stands on the sideline at West Charlotte games and go crazy.
Going
To make
crazy.
all y'all parents and administrators mad. That's Javon.
Going crazy. He was going crazy last night.
Yeah. And yeah, so everybody showed up. And the beauty of the Charlotte scene, I think that we might, in my opinion, I think we had the best, especially public school culture.
Oh, no,
where
for sure.
Where the kids go, the cameramen go, and because of that, online exposure and media all goes. And so day one, you started seeing some traction. Day two, once it got posted, you seen everybody in here.
It got crazy.
When I tell you, I think Johnny was he seen this. I ain't noticed it, but then I seen on the playback. We had cameramen in here with cameramen recording them.
I seen that.
Man.
I say, God.
Yeah, cameraman recording the cameraman.
I say, this when you know it's turned. When
Yeah.
the cameraman getting recorded by the other cameraman.
Yeah.
You got the little kids what they claiming themselves cameraman too.
Yeah.
Kahari little brother and everything, man. The atmosphere was just dope, bro. Like we said, and I said before, man, Charlotte basketball is back, and that showed from all different levels, not just the organized on the court, referee level, but back on the whole school, you know what I mean? Get out and go play, call the partners, pull up, and let's get some pickup runs in. Like, man, that was just dope to see. And, from the narratives of, man, them players don't like each other. He did this, he did that, to the same kids and on the same team or playing against each other, standing beside each other, communicating, socializing, having fun. Man, we didn't have no issues, no scuffles, no nothing, man. Everybody, if it was a disagreement, it was talked out, shoot forward, let's move on, keep playing.
Right.
So that was the beauty of seeing it more than anything else, man. Just seeing the guys in here, sticking to what it was. Straight basketball, man, getting better, having fun.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And again, the last shout out would be, even at the next day, shout out to the cameramen in the city, because I do think that a lot of this is a product of them helping pushing the culture. And I think that that's something CMS recently got wrong. With like this new ban or media, whatever thing is.
Yeah.
But they're pushing the basketball culture inside the city, because the next day they had, honestly, that night, they're having these full game footages, 4K or 1080. They're getting the before, the afters, and you look at the view counts on it. Like, people are watching these games.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah.
This everybody don't have NFHS where they can look back at the games, but these guys are helping, in my opinion, push forward the Charlotte culture to where it's guys in Greensboro and Raleigh that's like, oh, damn, I didn't know that was your son that was getting posted, or
Yeah.
I'm down here watching the the Chambers North Met game, or I be in here with some of the older guys, and it's like, oh yes, I seen your son. I was doing like a little binge of watching some of the high school games, and this is my thoughts in XYZ. And like, shout out to them for pushing that culture, but they also pulled up for the girls' runs.
Oh, not for sure.
They got a lot of good photos. Some videos came out. And again, like none of them asked to be paid. None of them asked for anything. They just said, "Hey, you doing girls' runs? I bet I'm gonna come support them too." And they came and pulled up. So yeah, like I said, shout out to them for sure.
Oh no, man, they're definitely pushing the new age of basketball in the city. With the content. I mean, not even with basketball, football as well. I mean, this is probably one of the highly coveted years of football since since back in the day when Independence was going through their run. But I mean, for the basketball, man, it really has just made the city just pop, where everybody understands like Charlotte is it. You know what I mean? It's the mecca of basketball in North Carolina right now. Nothing against no other cities. You know what I mean? I'm not downplaying nothing, but here in Charlotte, you know what you're getting. I mean, we can kind of segue right into this. What we was talking about before. Like we have a school here that went 0-25 that just won the conference a year later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to West Meck. Shout out to Coach Chris over there. Like,
is it inappropriate if I take like a part of the Glaze King segment?
Go ahead. I want to look. I want to hear it.
No, I
so hold on. Y'all already know what he about to say. What's the donut without the glaze?
Listen,
go ahead.
I'm gonna
go
let
ahead.
Trey say
No,
that,
you go ahead. No, I say that part. No, you go ahead.
Right, but no, I do think shout out to Chris. Chris, he sat down. We did the Steve Smith Classic at West Meck. We sat and talked to him. I told him that day, I said, I think y'all gonna upset a couple teams inside conference. Y'all gonna win some games that people say that y'all not supposed to. To me, this is like one of them Coach Carter stories. And
not for sure.
You know, which like they just finished the conference. I mean, the regular season, they still got conference playoffs, XYZ. But to take a team that went 0-25 and you win the conference, some people said that Myers Park first game was a fluke. Guess what? Ran it back. Shout out Nas. He found some of Sadiq where he was turned up inside that locker room. But like they beat the teams that they was not supposed to beat. And you can tell that. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Lutz. They're building something special. Even the girls team has gotten a lot better. And I think that shout out to Chris. I was able to come in early in one of his practices for that while we were setting up for the Steve Smith stuff. And like he's really breaking things down. He's making sure, like, I think the kid with the glasses, Josiah Pratt. Like he's gotten a lot better. He's one of those guys that we all seen at West Meck was like, dang, if I can get him over at XYZ or whatever school. And like he's found a way to really make things work with him, taking some of those pieces that he had at the school. He was able to get some kids that were in district but not playing there. And, you know, I think that what he's done as a program is really, really commendable personally.
Yeah. What I seen, I got to watch him live the other night. I jumped on my live and I just seen a lot of what you call selfless basketball. And it was just, the guys just played, you know, moving the ball. South Meck moved the ball too, but they just made better plays. You know what I'm saying? Like flashing in the paint, backdoor cuts. Like you really seen basketball over there, man. Josiah Bridges looked really good. He looked like he's the glue guy over there with that group.
That's the dreads?
Yeah. And then Rylan Leak, man, he tremendous defender, floor general. He shoot it when he open. And it was one play I seen specifically with him. The coach was telling him to move it. And like Rylan didn't listen to him. And Rylan, you know, got 2 feet in the paint and dropped it off to the big, and the big laid it up. And I was like, man, that was like a great play. The point guard kind of waved the coach off, not in a bad way, but he knew that he could make a play. You get what I'm saying? And that's, you know, when you're a coach, that's kind of, you know, it puts your mind at ease when you got another, you know, mind on the floor that thinks how you think outside of what you telling the team to do, or you might tell them to execute and do this, but you got a point guard that can see it and do it as well. You know, so shout out to Rylan, because, you know, Rylan looked really good. Nasir, he fouled out. in that game. He got in foul trouble, ended up fouling out, but he looked really good. I think if he would have stayed in, they probably would have ran off with that game because they had some good momentum because his presence is just big on the floor. Yeah, but shout out to West Meck, man. Some good basketball over there.
Nah, I mean, to even carry that on, you talking about West Meck is pulling one of the biggest turnarounds in probably North Carolina history. Going from 0-25 to now, they're in the playoffs. As of today, if the playoffs were to start, they would be the 20th seed in 7A. So, like I say, man, shout out to the culture. Coach Lux went over there and really, changed everything over there. Shout out to my guy who just got the football job over there. We talked yesterday, Randall Ingram as well.
Okay.
A little bit, we call him a little bit, but he got the job over there. He's from Charlotte, went to West Charlotte, played advanced as well. But a guy me and him grew up playing Pop Warner football along with many other guys with Plaza Eagles. So, shout out to him who's over there trying to make a culture change as well. But I mean, to see the big turnaround, you go 0-25 and now you win a conference and you're in the playoffs. That speaks volumes on the mindset of the team, the coaches, the program, and even the the fan base over there. They went from having to beg kids to come to games to where it's like, hey, bro,
I seen them with the belts out.
You ain't pulling up to the game tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So just shout out to that whole little atmosphere over there, man. It's a salute, man. Charlotte basketball, baby.
Yeah. I think D Rich had a and D Rich as in D Rich TV.
I know you're talking about,
he had a post where he was saying high school basketball is down or something like that. And then I hopped in the comments and I seen it was a few people that was like, hey, I don't know, Charlotte basketball right now is booming.
Turned up.
It's booming,
the student section.
Oh yeah.
I think we got some of the craziest students.
Oh,
sorry.
Hey, it was so funny. One of the old crews like, man, they would have kicked out the whole section back in our day. They would have said, you know what, all 4 and 5. Let's go. Y'all, let's go.
Bro, I heard another chant last night at the West Charlotte game. They was like, call your Uber.
Oh, yeah. I had Chili saying that last night. The Chili was saying Chambers against Mountain Creek.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
That's a new beef I heard, too. So it's a new beef. Chili's be beefing during the game, bro. I ain't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said yesterday
they done started doing the halftime battle.
Yeah, bro. Like look, the one group be performing over here, the other Chili they be like they bored over their legs twisted. I was like, oh,
it's turned.
It's turned. Like not only has the basketball culture expanded just to the fan base, now even the Chili's got their little thing going on. I said, yo, this is. The atmospheres are crazy. Like I said, every night is a movie in every gym.
Competition, man.
Every night is a movie, bro.
Yeah. I guess saying that to slightly segue a little bit, Mr. Stir the Pot. We now have a post game segment after all of our favorite high school games. Now everybody's tuned in. You turning into the Charlotte Big Ho.
Understand. We're not calling him out his name. That's actually a person's name that we're referencing.
A lot of people might not know.
Everybody might not know.
I'm not disrespecting it.
He's not disrespecting him by calling him a big hoe. It's actually a individual
I ain't think about
in the grassroots world.
And look,
that brought that. You know what I mean?
When you did that so perfectly, maybe I should have did that when I dropped my video.
You
first
maybe
night.
should have, because
I should have kind of said, "Look, I'm not doing this because, man." So let's go ahead.
But no, I think that what it did bring, in my opinion, was like a fun, interesting conversation that is necessary. But I think it would be good for us and the audience all to have.
Right.
Where I think it's based around two things. Because this seemed to be the feedback that I heard. One was who should have an opinion, and then two, as parents, athletes, coaches, and spectators, what are your roles? And then how do you handle critique? Because as a commenter, you're gonna get critique. As a parent, if you loud enough, you're gonna get critique. Athlete, coaches, like this is a part of this thing of youth sports. So I think that it does give, like, I put it like this. I think that you kind of had like your viral run because of it's really a part of the culture.
Yeah.
And like it stirs the pot for real.
Yeah.
So I guess saying that to say, to start off, the first part would be who should have an opinion.
I feel like everybody should.
Okay.
I'll say this, we might have to clip this, right?
Uh-oh.
Just because you might be able to beat me one-on-one don't make you a good coach. Just because you might be able to beat me one-on-one don't make you a good trainer.
Okay.
With that being said, just because I have something to say don't mean I don't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You could have seen this level. You could see 20 levels that I haven't seen. But all in all, I'm someone that analyzed and studied the game. And I feel like I know enough to be able to speak on what I see. That's just me personally.
Okay.
And then I don't get personal. Everybody that know me. I'm even keel. And I say what I see. I mean, y'all done know me for years. Or do y'all know me outside of that? I say what I see, and it's just that. I don't try to be,
the Glazed King turned into the villain.
and I'm the Glazed King, but I'm not trying to be a villain. You know,
Okay.
I just, again, and that's why I recap West Met game, because I said what I seen. And if I start to do this, you can't have it. It got to be both ways, right? If I'm big up in a team, you can't look at it as, oh, he's still throwing shade to my team. Can't do that. I'm gonna say what I seen in the game. You get what I'm saying? So some of these recaps is, if I'm going on my rant, I'm gonna say exactly what I seen, nothing more, nothing less. And back to what you're saying, with the opinions, I feel like everybody should have one. Now, whether people respect your opinion, I'll say this, me personally, no one has never respected what I've done. And that's what puts the battery in my back to keep going, because I always find kids that need help, that need a situation. So if I stop, then their situation might stop. Mm-hmm. So, I don't view too much on looking at if a person like me, or they respect my program, or they like, oh, he ain't played nowhere. Why he get to do basketball? I mean, I don't look at all that, because if I did, I wouldn't have never started. You get what I'm saying? The thing that I hang my hat on, and that was the very thing I seen in the comments. I seen a comment, the dude was like, you need to focus on your own son. Is he playing? And when I went on my second video, I was like, no, he's not playing. And to be honest, he got caught up in the politics situation that we all discussed early on. And we're not going to cry over spilled milk over here. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. The politics, it happens. I talked to my son about it. He understand what happened. He understood what took place. I could walk around sour and start, saying all type of negative stuff towards these kids because it ain't my kid, but that ain't me. Mm-hmm. I just left the gym with 15 kids in it, 6th grade, 7th grade, that coach teams that I'm putting together. My son ain't on them teams. Mm-hmm. And I'm in there coaching them and telling them what's right and what's wrong right now. And our season haven't started. So, when I seen that comment, I was like, dang, like it's personal, and you got to take what comes with it. I'm willing to take the good and the bad. But the question to the audience is, are you guys willing to take the good and the bad? Or do you want to just hear all good? Do you want to hear that your son hit all 3-pointers? Oh, he's a good shooter. Or do you want, like your son, for instance, Wayne, what if your son go 0 for 8 and then there's an analyst to say, man, he had a bad shooting night? Do we get mad at that commentator for saying Zion had a bad shooting night? No, he had a bad shooting night. You get what I'm saying? So he shouldn't get crucified for saying, man, he didn't shoot good. He had a bad performance. He had a bad performance, get in the gym and work on it. So a lot of that is, I think it came out, it was live, and, people misinterpret, and hear what you say, and they be like, oh, man, this nigga just throwing shade. Nah, I mean, because I personally don't dislike anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody, and I'm cool with everybody. But, the opinion stuff, I think everybody should have it. How you feel about that, Wayne?
Well, I mean, everybody's going to have an opinion regardless if they use a platform to say it out loud or to keep it to themselves or say it in the circle they in. I mean, everyone has an opinion. I mean, that's just who we are by human nature. We are opinionated people. Right. We see something, we not necessarily judge it, but we look at it from the perspective of our eyes. How would I have handled it? How would I would do it? How
Right.
how, what, when, where, how, I mean, those things. But I feel like, with anything you do and any platform you have, it's the responsibility of those to just make sure that what you're doing, it doesn't deteriorate what you're talking about.
Right.
So, and I felt like, I'm not saying I feel like, but I feel that some people felt that
There was a
your
shot.
delivery could have been a little different.
Like I was sending shots though. The delivery sounded like I
The
was
delivery,
sending
like
shots.
it was almost not necessarily sending shots, but it overtly went at a player that wasn't named, but you could have easily known who you was talking about. And just saying outside looking in, what if there was turmoil that could have really divided a team?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think what you're trying to do or what you're doing, hey, the city needs it. Just same way you need the content creators, you need different things. I mean, one thing I always say about you, Trey, you are great at being the devil's advocate, but not in a bad way.
Right.
But
Right.
you challenge the norm by saying the opposite to see how people get a response, which triggers conversation.
It does. Right.
And that's great.
Right.
I feel like the more you grow in that space, the more you're gonna become more elite at being that. Just like anything, the more you're in a space of us being podcasts. We started off,
yeah.
but we've picked up some ground. Our content has gotten better. How we interact with each other has grown to the fact that I'm walking around school. It's one of my coaches like, man, I'm you in my ear right now. Y'all in my ear right now.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Then he asking questions like, so what did you mean about content versus intent and everything? These are things that people are bringing back to us, but it's because of how we deliver it, how we make it basically non-judgmental in a sense. But at the same time, we also challenge the norms as well.
Right.
Which you're good at doing. But that was your first segment of the post game. You know what I mean? So of course you're gonna have some things
once
that,
you get to
that
the
may not come
15th
up.
one, then they be like, oh, he just do this every single
Yeah, so I didn't have any opinion about it. For one, it came on a night that we had lost a tough game, so I had went mute social media with myself anyway. When I say tough game, I'm talking about my girls. At the school over there,
That was a tough one
the
too.
forward.
Oh man,
that was a tough one.
That was a tough one. So
damn it.
I had told my man, I said,
We're gonna circle back to this.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I said, I seen Wayne. He ain't even speak to me. Usually we adapt and talk. I said, but right after that game, he went in the corner and was like, man.
If you seen me,
he was out of
only
it. I was like,
imagine
I was
because they was winning. They was in control of that game. Yeah.
So afterwards, I was in and honestly, what it was for me, it was a growth in the moment.
Yeah.
To put myself in that mindset versus what I may have done 5 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, that was growth. Somebody may have taken it as, man, he ain't even holler at me, bro, feeling himself. Nah. I just took the moment to insulate myself from anything that could happen based on the gratitude of that, the gravity of that game and the way it ended.
Right.
And I think that where you're at lends to what I think is like a good point in the conversation, because even with you wear multiple hats.
Yeah.
And if you have worn multiple hats, then in general, you start understanding the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think that you got your coaches, you have parents, you got spectators, and you have athletes.
Yeah.
Right. And within that ecosystem, when you understand it, then you take things less personal.
Yeah.
So if a coach just got off a bad loss, if I don't understand the ecosystem of what it means as a coach, I'm a feel away because you didn't just talk to me or something like that.
Yeah.
Like y'all was just talking about.
Right.
For example, as like spectators, if I understand, if you have a growing basketball scene, spectators come with it. Spectators come with opinions. And if I understand that part, there's nothing for me to get mad about.
Yeah.
Right? Same difference, like coaches, athletes, same difference. And when you understand that ecosystem, it allows you to give perspective and then be like, okay, maybe me as a parent, maybe me as an athlete, maybe me as a coach, or hell, spectator, maybe I need to exercise the 24-hour rule before I get in the comments, or I do whatever. And or maybe I understand, well, shit, because I feel a way doesn't mean other people might not have opinions or have thoughts or things like that. And like I said, I think that understanding the ecosystem is really, really important. Where I guess that lends us to the next part of the conversation. Coach, parent, athlete, how should you take critique? Especially critique when like you might be upset, might feel away, like, God, man, we just lost this big game, and whatever. And because we all love praise, and that's the easiest thing to get. Like, damn, they all talking about my son. They all talking about me as a coach. I just won. when it's critique, though, it's all like, damn, that shit feel away. These niggas just hate me, don't they? And that's what starts, going inside your head. So how do you take critique? And then as a parent, how do you tell your kid to take critique?
I say this. It's one thing I say. Like one time I had met Allen Iverson. Where we bumped into him at Concord Meals, and my
that's the normal. It's like normal in Charlotte. Y'all don't know this. We see AI Bubba Chuck everywhere. Like he's just a staple in Charlotte.
Right. And my little cousin was with me. He the one that wanted the autograph, but of course I didn't know this. They said we seen him in Dave and Buster's. They said when they shoot pool, don't mess with him. Bro, that's what he was doing.
Let him be his piece right there.
So so I didn't know that though. But this is a kid going crazy, and I'm like, well, just go over there and ask him. And he tried to got put in the headlock, right? But I got upset how my my opinion was people got upset, but I got upset. I was like, damn. But I had to think about who he is in his personal space. Right. And then I said, okay, well, this is probably how he relieves stress. This is how he escapes. I understand that. Right. When I got home, I thought about that. But then on the flip side, I always talk about the two-sided coin. You got to know what you sign up for when you become this pinnacle. When you're Allen Iverson, you're Allen Iverson. This kid may never see you again. So all his memory is, I seen him and I didn't get to get his autograph. You get what I'm saying? So with what we talk about, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand what you sign up for. That's why I didn't get on the comments and start popping shit, because it's like, nah, I said what I said. This what come with it, right? And then I said, all right, I'll make a 2-part video just to kind of like say, look, this wasn't towards one player in particular. It was the team that lost. And it was about the team, really, like, because I seen more than just a single player play selfish. But those players have to understand those words are going to come out too, and you don't have to respond negative to when someone say you're selfish. Go look at the film. Now, am I right, or is the spectator right? Is the audience right? We're not saying that we're right. That was just their opinion. You get what I'm saying? So the opinions, you got to know what you sign up for. As you're a player, you're gonna deal with a saying, oh, he, and then if you're a coach, you win, and you lose. It ain't no win-win when you're a coach. We talked about this. You always is the problem.
As a coach, listen, that's something I learned from Wayne and a couple other coaches.
Look, if
I lose, it's me. If
they
win,
it's them.
And if you win, guess what? You still lose, because you're going to have that one or two parent that say, my kid didn't play. He didn't play. He only played 5 minutes.
You going to win by 50. You still going to get that.
You're going to get 2 parents even. And you might be in cloud 9. You're like, boy, we just won. And that parent come, he like, yo, my kid only played 7 minutes. What's up, coach? When you going to get out the doghouse? And you like, damn, we just won, though, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I ain't justifying my action, but I'm just saying, you got to know what you sign up for when you doing this as a player, as a coach, me, you whatever you do, it's going to be some backlash. Somebody ain't going to like what you do. Somebody going to hate what you do. Everybody ain't going to like what you do. You know, I'm not trying to be a villain, just like y'all know that. And I wouldn't try to hurt this podcast. We got positive momentum. I would never say nothing to try to push out, what we doing.
You just saw residential Rashard McCants. That's all. You Rashard McCants. That's all
I gotta put a crown on my head. Don't wear a little crown.
And again, like to me, I just think that all these conversations stir like the ability to talk about some of the elephants in different rooms.
Right.
And like I said, to me, I think that a good conversation that comes from this ends up being, how do you talk to your kid about receiving critique? Right. And so, like, I know for me with my son, and he's had like, he just had a journey of a year. Like he done broke his hand, he done broke his wrist, he done had like an inflammatory like thing that happened where he lost like 10 pounds. It's ups and downs and whatever. But the thing I tell him over and over is, hey, the work got to get done. It's either you did it or you didn't. And I think that maybe it might have been a week or two or something like that. Like he came to me and he was like, XYZ said like something along the lines of like, you're not showing up or something like that inside moments that it count.
Yeah.
And I said, want me to feel sorry for you? Like you have a choice. You can just prove it wrong. Like me being mad or me saying something to somebody, what is that going to do?
Show up.
Yeah, like you can show up, or you know what I mean? Like you can prove it, or you can prove them right.
Yeah.
So to me, what I do with him is like we just use it as motivation. So then I think if you go like last 4 games, I think maybe he had like 20 against North, scored like the last 5 points against the Indy game. You had like 27-8, something like that against West Charlotte.
He called game in one of the games.
I don't know how many he had. I'll be having to see the stats thing. Listen, I'm also a horrible parent in the sense that I never know how many points my son had. After he make that next shot, I'm like, hurry up and get back on defense. And I don't be counting. But to me, seeing his response per se inside like the following games, it's like, all right, that's what I'd rather you do with critique. Because of understanding like this is school ball. You're gonna be with them 14 hours out the day for real. Me calling up somebody, listen, no coach could ever tell you that I done called them and just was like on their line about it, because I think that they got to figure that out. And whoever is inside, wherever, that might be giving them any version of critique, like you got it. Like if that's what they feel, you have to prove them wrong. Nothing that I say or that you say can make a difference. You have to actually go through the thing. And so for me with him, that's something that I'm intentional about with teaching him, is that like you don't complain about critique. You use your actions to prove it wrong.
Yeah.
So how do y'all do, what's the conversation with y'all kids with
Well, for me, we started this journey of preparing for the ups and downs of a season and being an intricate part of that around AAU time, about spring anyway. So we started with the spiritual development, meditation, and really just understanding like you're gonna be praised when you lose, when you win, and it's gonna be your fault when you lose. How are you gonna manage that? And so we started this journey long time ago, actually, going into the season, especially when we started seeing the movement going on with the team and some of the players that were your prominent players leaving, opening up opportunities to step up. It was already known and already stated that this is what's going to happen. I'm going to just give it to you right now. We're not going to even sugarcoat it. We're not going to sit there and what if it don't know? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to lose that game. You got to go to school the next day and you got to hear, hey, man, I thought y'all was going to pull that out. How are you going to handle that? You know what I mean? What is your character like when things are not going right for you? And that's what we kind of built on and we talked about and really got prepared for going into this season to where, like he said, it's been an up and down season. He's had some games where he went 0 for 8, 0 for 9. The fact he's got to shoot 9 threes in the game is crazy, but it is what it is. Yeah. And he's had games where he's shot 80%, 6 from 8, 7 for 9 type of thing. So,
and 4 straight,
4, 5 straight. I mean, he's had his little viral moments in different games of when they say when he hit 1, when he hit 2, he might hit 4. What I mean? So, but that's the up and downs of things as well. Also learning how to communicate when you need assistance mentally. You know what I mean? Not going into that hole of the room or that soak at school where you just, you know, in your own thoughts or, you know, in the back of the room, like utilize your resources. Understand that, you know, it's just a game, but I understand it's bigger than a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So understand that I'm the best ear for you. You know, I'm never in a judgmental type of stage. I'm always the best resource just to let it go. Like I was having a conversation with one of my girls yesterday, and I told her, I was like, you have to allow us to help take stuff off your shoulders. You know, and that same thing I told my sons, like, you have to, as your dad, allow me to be your dad at times.
Right.
You know
Don't
what I mean? Don't be, you know what I mean? He's not like that, but you know, but just allow me to be me for you in the moment I need to be versus you carrying it so much yourself. And I feel like, you know, early part of the season, especially with QJ going down and going through the turn, you know, going through just the ups and downs of who he is for the team and how he can help carry the team. And if he failed and everything, how he managed that, you know, he learned early, you know, and that was a great teacher, you know, things happen for a reason, like we always say, you know, sadly, we didn't want QJ to get hurt, but by getting hurt, it opened up an opportunity to go through some things himself, him find himself as a leader, and, you know, and understand, like, hey, it's going to be times where, you know, they going to come at you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in the comments, they may make a direct posting. You know how they is nowadays.
Man, that student section is crazy. I heard a little guy last night. Shout out to Zion. I told him I was going to shout him out. I ain't going to say his last name. But he was 5. You suck. Yo, 3 is trash, boy. Like he was the whole game. You got to deal with the heckler.
Nah, I mean,
you got to deal with
one thing I say,
like
you said, the ecosystem. I mean, you know, and I gotta give a shout out to my guy now. Now that you brought that up, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Terry and Chambers.
Is Terry like the
yes, sir.
Terry
is the guy. Like if you know, if you haven't been to a Chambers game, you ain't have to go. If you've seen the videos, the dark skinned guy that's in the front of the camera on the student section. My boy got the belt. He ready.
I love it.
Listen here.
He turned.
That's the home.
He gonna lead every chant. He gonna go with every crowd, and he ain't scared, and he got his boys back.
And you need them guys. You need them guys.
Yeah,
like shout out to what is it, Cap? Y'all call him the coach. Like what they're doing between him and Frazier at Chambers. I love what they're doing with
for sure.
Because I remember even during the football season,
we all popped
QJ,
up.
Like he was saying how you know, like they wanted to go support the football team, but then the football team becomes support them.
For sure.
But you then, you know, have the head of the student section being a football player, and you know, I see Cap at pretty much every single game.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I enjoy the culture that they're bringing, where you know there's an actual synergy. Because I don't know if y'all be watching, what is it, Jeff Teague podcast?
Oh, I watch all that.
Him and Jeff Teague, and I forget what the football player. No, not that. They recently had a little viral moment.
Oh, yeah.
With him and the football player.
Yeah, but did you know him? Was he from where he's from?
I think he plays in Indy.
Okay.
But he was a regular on the show.
Oh.
But you know, when football players and basketball players get into talking, it always ends up being that exactly. So it's good to see that, you know what I mean, they've built like that rapport where there's an actual synergy to it.
It's a great synergy there, being inside the school with the football and basketball. But I will say what gets overlooked is the other sports that support as well. You know what I mean? Like we have a big support from our soccer staff comes in.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Our volleyball, you know, girls are there as well. I mean, like, you know, it's a great atmosphere where mostly, like, even during volleyball season, our girls are coming from workouts, going into the gym, watching the volleyball girls play. Football is coming from their practice. They're coming down to watch the game. You know what I mean? So it's trying to build that atmosphere to where every game at Chambers, no matter what it is, a track event, we all out there.
Yeah.
We had an indoor track meet outside in the winter. And shoot, most of the teams were out there supporting.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? So we're trying to just build that overall athletic program environment, which I see over a lot of schools right now. You know what I mean? Especially when you tune like to West Meck, like, you know, they got their crowds there. You know, of course the traditional schools like West Charlotte, the North Mex, and even Mallet Creek, South Meck. I mean, everyone is like student section is on point
shout
right
out to
now.
Mallet Creek. They they haven't had the success this year that they would have won it.
Yeah.
When you went to that game, you look at that student section,
You
you would
would
have never thought
you
it.
couldn't tell me.
You would have
that-
never thought it.
You couldn't tell me that they had not won a game in the conference yet.
Yeah,
Based on the way
like
they fans
was
there.
in their turn. Boy,
And they've competed very well within the conference. I mean,
all
this
their
is the
games like
toughest
2 to 5
conference in the
games,
state. The fact that you're gonna go under 500 in the conference and still make the playoffs,
Yeah.
and be top 10 in the playoffs,
Yeah.
that lets you know the strength of schedule within the conference itself. They've
Yeah.
beaten each other up, and they're still going to make the
Listen,
playoffs.
like I
It's gonna
said,
be some
nobody
good
went
basketball
undefeated in
in
the
the
conference.
playoffs. Yeah.
Simple as that.
we said that before
Yeah,
the
nobody
season.
went
We
undefeated in the
spoke on
conference.
how this is going to be that year that North is going to take 1, maybe 2.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's going to be a lot of 5 and 5s, 4 and 5. Kind of under 500, right above 500 wins, and within the conference, and those teams are still going to be looked at as elite teams.
Yeah.
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 So it's been a beauty to watch this year. But even getting back to the whole thing of how we deal with critique, that's something that you also look at from a program standpoint as well. Like, how is your program critique? Like this for you, this. And I'm, just speaking on the boys program over at Chambers, like, this has been a different year as far as record wise for Chambers, So, you're going from where you normally only lose to maybe North in the conference, maybe one other game, to where it's been a different year.
Yeah.
But there's no discredit to them. It's just more credit to actually the competition
conference
level
is just
and the
good,
conference. You know what I
right.
mean? Where there's no pencil in win games no more.
Right.
There's
I think Indy won their conference last year.
Yeah, they won the
Butler was
conference
number
last
2
year.
in the conference
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Inside their conference, you
we
bring them
talking
in
about
with 2 other top 2 teams.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So
Psycho.
you're gonna get that, which is the beauty of it, bro. You know what I mean? So, shout out to once again the conference, the city, but also shout out to these schools that have taken the critique and have bounced back.
Mm-hmm.
Even a school like Garinger, we're in the bottom of the of the barrel as well, and may not have had as much success as West Meck this year, but still is not the same year of pencil in Garinger just a win. No, they've been knocking the teams out too.
Yeah, you
Hey,
gotta
can
play
I
them.
shout out? I want to shout out 2 kids real quick. You said Garinger.
Yep.
Amir, is that his name? Jameer.
Jameer, yeah.
Sim sat on the couch back at the old spot, and he talked about him and him being a shooter.
One of the best shooters,
Hey,
yeah.
He pulled up snow day. I seen it.
Mm.
I think he about willed to win.
Mm.
He caught some good players back to back on the 3-point line. And I said, God damn, I think he's gonna pull this one out.
Yeah.
And like I seen that, but also I talked to him. It was that day, and then he came to the grand opening as well. But what I love about him, we had the sign-up sheet, and I gotta read off this sign-up sheet, right? And I see it. Listen, one thing I learned: don't put the sign-up sheet down because everybody crosses somebody out, and they put in their name, right? But as a part of that, though, like the sign-up sheet got to a point where it was like 10 games down. Like it was that many people in here, that many people. But I kept reading this list off, and I kept seeing Mir on there. And
He putting his name on there.
listen, I told him like, hey, it's annoying, but I love the fact that you want to get
play.
on the court.
Yeah,
Get on the court.
Yeah.
You ain't scared of the bump.
You ain't caring who you playing with or
we
playing
had,
against. Yeah.
If I just shout out the open gym that we had here, like we had 3 of North Meck's real guys here.
Yeah.
We had Independence starting 5 here.
Yeah.
You had East Meck, they had about 5 to 7 in here.
Mhm.
You had West Charlotte, all they main guys was here.
Yeah. Chambers had about
Chambers
five,
had
five,
about
6,
7, 8 in
5,
here.
yeah.
And then the young guys ended up pulling up a little bit later.
Yep.
Like the bump was here.
Mhm.
RGKL pulled up.
RGKL pulled
Providence
up.
pulled up.
Providence pulled up. South Meck.
South Meck, Garinger, yeah.
Hope. What's his name? No. What's the jumping kid?
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim Gatehouse, I think, something like that.
Gatehouse
Yeah.
was trying to put on the dunk show in here.
Yeah, I seen him.
And I thought that it was beautiful. 2, we did do the 3-point shootout on the grand opening.
Yeah.
My bad. Mike turned the wrong way. But we did do the 3-point shootout during grand opening. And hey, shout out to Bobby Montgomery.
Oh man.
Bobby, he went a couple spots 10 for 10.
Hey,
And I said, God damn.
hey, I told him I was gonna
Like
shout
you-
him out too. I said I seen him shooting, and I was like,
Mm.
man,
Oh, yeah, you was here.
I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
I
yeah.
might have to take back what I said about the best shooters in the city, man. He said, yeah, you need to go correct that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
and
shooting that
if you know
mug.
his dad, I said, Dad, you gonna record this? He said, nah, he just
Yeah, he better make them.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
all he
I
said.
know.
Shoot him at a high level.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think the minimum that he ended up shooting was like 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
Outside of that, it was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I say, God damn,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to chill out?
Yeah,
a little
he can.
bit?
Yeah,
Shoot that
yeah.
man, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. Shout out to them too. Like I said, with Mir and that Garinger program, like I just love seeing kids that want to be in the gym.
Mhm.
They not scared of the bump. Like I said, he
Mhm.
came here for the shootout too. Like he just want to get his name out there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He just
yeah,
want
for
to be
sure.
a part of the scene,
For
and
sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. I mean, especially over there where Aaron gets a lot of
Mhm.
the praise and everything because he's doing an excellent job over
Yeah.
there as well though. But now to watch Jameer play, man, it's fun to watch because he plays so fearlessly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like
Hey, and
nothing
right after that open gym, hey, listen, I seen some of the coaches, y'all was telling your girls and your boys not to come. Hey, Amir dropped 30 right after the open gym. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
nah, you right about. I was about to say that.
He
I'm like,
dropped
yo,
30 right after.
he plays.
He got that confidence up. And
He
said,
plays
you know what?
in a way that is like pure confidence. Like
Yeah.
there is no bad shot for real. And if
Yeah.
I miss 2 or miss 3 or the 4th or 5th one is definitely going
Yeah.
in. That's how he has.
Next shot, your best shot.
I mean, hey, already know. I say all the time. If you hear me in the gym, if I'm, for kids, if I've been around or my son, I say it all the time. Man, I don't care if you miss 2, 3, 4. Man, your next shot is your best shot. You shoot it with confidence.
Mhm.
You know, because you can't stop shooting because you miss a shot. You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If that makes sense to y'all, you miss every shot you don't take, and every shot you do take, guess what? You got a 50% chance of it going in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make
You
a
can't
miss.
even beat those odds.
Nah.
You know what I
Great
mean?
odds.
So, yeah, shout out to them guys, man. I mean, and looking forward to even. I mean, and a kid like Jameer is only a 10th grader, y'all.
Mm.
Only a 10th grader. You know what I mean? So, and the beauty of what's going on right now is a lot of the guys who are them
Mhm.
got 2 more years left for high school basketball in Charlotte.
That's
bro.
the crazy part.
Got 1 or 2 years left. Some of them got 3 years
There's
left.
a lot of sophomores leading the pack.
And what I'm also
Yeah.
saying, these babies coming in from middle school.
Yeah. Yeah.
whew,
Yeah.
It's a nice
Charlotte's gonna
group
be in
coming.
good hands
man,
for the
that
next
7th grade
for the
class.
next
Crazy.
about 5 to 6
Oh, damn.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out. So
Yeah.
we are recording live at the intersection. And there's a group that tomorrow they today actually. Yeah. They'll be coming in. Maybe by the end of the year, you might see a couple of them come in early.
Mhm.
What is it? The House of Hustle.
House of
House
Hustle.
of Hustle.
Yeah.
And I think his name is Kai.
Makai.
No, not Makai.
Okay.
Makai's another one.
Yeah.
Him and
Denim.
Denim.
Look,
they two
Denim.
guys.
Like denim, yeah.
But listen, I
Denim
just seen another kid go 10 for 10. I think his name was it's Zay. That's his name, Zay. Yesterday,
Little light
listen,
skins, eh?
yeah, like
Oh, with the little hair.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he
He
was in
tough.
here yesterday. We was playing ones.
think
When
he-
we started off, I say, listen, when kids get here early, I just play around with them. So I say,
yeah.
hey, I bet you can't beat me in the shooting contest.
Of course.
I let him go first. He hit 10 for 10. I said, all right, then.
You got it.
I did catch him on the middies.
Okay.
I said, listen, because we tried about 3 spots.
Got you.
And I was like, hey, Mom, do he always shoot like this? And she said, yeah.
yeah.
No, that boy.
Now I think that's the same when they played with Dewan and Pershing them at one point in time.
For a long time, I was thinking that was your boy son. That's
Isaiah.
Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Because I seen him with him when I first seen him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, he got a son. I thought it was, but
That's not
okay.
a son. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went 10 for 10 a couple spots. Like I said, I caught him on the middies. The kids, they
he tough.
middle school, they ain't got the one dribble midi yet.
Nah, they ain't got that.
But he letting it fly.
Oh man,
Mhm.
that's all he do.
But yeah,
He get to the Baja too, but
He
he
get to the
shoot.
Baja.
Yeah,
yeah, but I
he
haven't
shooting
seen
it,
him play yet. So one thing I do love about just having a space now is that I'm getting reintroduced to like some of the younger kids. So now I can want to go to some of these tournaments and different things like that because I know the kids again.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm being just introduced to new talent. Like Denim, I had no idea who he was. So then he followed the page, and then I started looking. I'm like, oh
man, shout out to
It's a
Denim,
guy.
man. He
Same thing
killed
with Kai
us at
and-
Randolph
yeah.
this year. Like at both games, he too poised. He too poised. Them Kennedy boys, shout out to Kennedy.
Undefeated.
They went 13-0. They gave
shout out to Manny. That's the coach over there.
It's crazy. When Manny beat us the first game,
he was dragging.
He went on Facebook. I went under his comments. I said, "Hey man, we got to see you again." He was like, "Yeah, I owed you that belt from last year."
Oh, I love it.
Cause last year we was on his head last year.
Yeah,
we got him twice last, but this year he got me both times. And man, that team is good. They poised, but that Denham, he like Paul Pierce. That's his rep right now. People say, "Little Paul Pierce." He played like Paul Pierce. He's the truth.
Okay,
he is the truth. Yeah,
he must play. He plays his own pace.
He do.
Different pace. Yeah,
he do.
Okay.
He carry, but they got a good team. But he is it. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Like I think you were saying you were speaking to the middle school group that's coming.
Oh
you do got that kid at Ranson.
Yeah, that kid at Ranson. It's actually 2 of them over there.
Number 5.
Number 5 and number 1.
Little Hector.
Little Hector. I was watching the video of him yesterday.
Oh yeah,
man. These dudes in there throwing alleys to each other for jellies. I'm like, no look alleys over here. And reverse jelly, bro. On point. He pointing up in the air from half court like Lil JR pointing up. I'm like, but basketball has grown.
Junior tough. Is he only 7th?
No, he ain't.
I'm about to say,
he a fool in that field too. Now he showed out in that field.
No, he was a one man. He won the little whole thing,
bro. I said that I watched him at their little so-called homecoming event they had over there off the Ford at that school. Maybe early during football season and everything. I had worked the event over there, and I think he scored.
Man, he a grown man. Yeah, he a grown man. It might have been
like
he the quarterback,
running back, receiver, whatever.
You know how it used to be in Pop Warner.
Yeah, you the athlete.
The quarterback was the running back.
He is crazy,
bro. He may have scored about 4 or 5 times that game, and it was just looked like he was playing against little boys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
yeah, man.
You enjoy watching kids like that, man. Especially him. He's come up, the kids run around.
Oh no, we didn't all
picking the basketball up behind the bench while y'all playing, dribbling, and just dapping up all the kids. Everybody know, he was everybody's little brother when they were young.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's one of them early grind boys. Then he turned to a TU boy.
Yeah.
We if you know Junior,
you know.
Yeah,
you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, but the middle school scene, man, this year, and like I said, I'm actually about to head over to watch some of these middle school games over at West Macon and Hardin. You got the boys over at West Macon, got the girls over at Hardin.
Okay.
And I'm about to just go out there and just enjoy being around it.
Yeah.
Enjoy being around it, man, because one thing you know about me, I love the game of basketball. I love to watch it, love to be a part of it, love to talk about it, love to educate it, educate people about it, things to get better. I mean, like they say, ball is life for me, man. Married to the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think you said you had one for us today, right?
For what?
It was something like traveling or something like that.
Oh, I did. What was I saying?
Is it too much traveling or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, man, because I don't want to stir no pot. But this is the thing, right? As the more you dive into these tier 2 circuits,
okay.
And I'm for the parents and what they're trying to do. I told y'all early on, it's competitive. There is a benefit and it's an investment. But we got to start looking at these circuits and seeing, are we traveling too much? Because one presented something to me like a couple weeks ago, and like the dates, I just told the dude, I'm like, bro, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, we shouldn't be in Utah. We shouldn't be doing all this. We shouldn't. I said, man, appreciate it, but I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, honestly, it's so much bump here, like we talk about in this city and around surrounding areas. I shouldn't have to take my 7th grade or 6th grade to Arizona just to play in a tournament. You get what I'm saying? And now they doing too much. I could see maybe one big event doing that, but this is what I'm challenging people, right, on these circuits. Let's really look at these circuits, because I had my parent meeting. I'm talking to my parents on, like, look, this is too much travel. I want to help you guys with money and your finances. I don't want to take away from your finances. So we ain't going to do all that traveling. I had a conversation with Ty Young on the radar. I told him I was gonna shout him out.
Okay.
He's transitioning into a circuit, right? And I'm gonna support him. Any independent brands out there with your middle schools, let's join this brother and make his joint pop too, like we should have did with Steve when Steve was doing Junior Phenom. Let's make this brother pop even more. On the radar, got a good name, but everybody in the city, hit Ty Young up and let's meet there. He got a lot of dates: Greensboro, Charlotte, Rock Hill. Like, he right here, and we can make those events really good, and we ain't got to go all the way to California. You get what I'm saying? So that's my challenge to y'all. I challenge y'all about Q with y'all $30. Get his membership for your kid, $30 a month. My son gonna have it.
Hey, sell right now. Hey,
going into that.
$20. It's a dub.
Oh, a dub. My bad. A dub.
It's a dub right
It's
now.
a dub.
A quick dub. Like they call it a quick dub.
Quick
Man,
dub.
come on, man. Another quick dub.
Shop with my man. I want to challenge the community. Shout out to him. He got gym space in here. Let these kids get in here. I'm going to do it no matter if my son come in or he don't. I'm giving this man my $20. Y'all do it and support Ty Young. That's all I got, Q.
I love it. So Wayne, is it too much travel in travel ball?
I feel like there's unnecessary travel at times.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say too much, but I would categorize it as more unnecessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you think about historically what we did coming up. I mean, even when we was with Team 9 or when you was with Grind, I mean, I think the first y'all went was Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first we probably went was we go down to Georgia, Tennessee, and hit maybe DC or Virginia area. You know, we kind of kept it 5 hours down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the first one we actually made 7th grade was to Spooky Nuke. We went up to for May Hoops, and everything like that. But
like that's like the Pennsylvania, New
yeah,
Jersey
like the
area.
Pennsylvania joint. But
that was a hell of a drive.
it really was.
That was when I was like, all right, I probably need to start flying.
And you know, at first we were not all for it because we were understanding that, for one, I feel like before you start doing that, own your area first.
Yeah.
Like, I felt the need to travel is when you've outdone yourself in your area. You no longer you're no longer finding competitive games or competitive tournaments in your area.
You saying that there's some local teams trying to be like travel teams?
Yeah, I mean, if
that's what ended up happening.
If you just started in the age group, if you just started a 12U and it came out of nowhere, you should not be traveling to anywhere. You know what I mean?
You got 4 of them guys that already have done
going.
it.
Yeah, they going.
And have established themselves as guys.
Yeah, I mean, and within Charlotte and the surrounding area, there are levels to different things, different events. If you're a star level, you know, you got the Carolina Hoop Fest where you can you can call up Tyler and get games all weekend. I mean, I think we all have been through that stage of things where it was like
he used to run a really, I don't know if he still does.
He's still doing it.
But I'm saying like he had that fall league.
Oh no, he had that fall league.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was
fall
crazy.
League used to turn it up.
And sometimes he'll call you, be like, "Hey, you want to pick up an older game?" Like you know, we were I think 3rd, 4th grade playing up 5th, 6th grade just to expose our kids to something different. Like that's what you do first before you start traveling somewhere. Just play up.
Yeah.
You know, play up somewhere, you know, more than anything else and see where you are. But yeah, I don't see the need for anything 7th grade down and even 8th grade for the most part to be traveling to Utah, traveling to California from North Carolina. You know, I mean, like I say, there are certain events that maybe once a summer, once a spring you should attend, like a national event or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I will say when I was 12, the nationals for AAU, and this is back when it was just AAU, was in Utah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but that was the one in the summer event. No school is in.
Right.
You know, 200 teams travel to Utah for that. But outside of that, nah, I don't see the need to be in Cali, Arizona. You know, with a 6th, 7th grader, you know what I mean? More than anything else.
Like you said, the whole AAU format, let's maybe go back to that. I get the circuit thing is a new thing, right? But let's say these circuits need to get these regions back popping, and we compete in our region, and then we go meet at a central location like we did Florida. AAU was Orlando. Disney World. We could go to Disney World, go to the park. playing the games, and that's
Yeah.
it. And now we see California, Texas, and all them come
It
together
made it a little
to
bit
get
more
the
special.
national team.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't be just going around to just all these different areas just to be going and spending money and having to book the hotel that you say to book. When I read all that, I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. Like,
but all right. So I guess if I'm play the other side of it, I do think that depending on how you market your program, when you throw the elite at the end of your whatever, it brings a different expectation and a different parent. And there are specific, like understanding your parents and what your parents are in there for. Like, so again, I just be in a space now to where like I hear different versions of parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can be in my room, minding my bed. I'm gonna hear some parents.
Oh yeah.
And
hear it.
there are different levels of parents that have different levels of expectations
Right.
and where they want to see and where they want their kid
Where
to
they
be
want to be, right.
And so depending on how you've marketed your program also depends on the parents you bring and then those parents' expectations when it comes down to travel and what they're going to be exposing their kids to.
Right.
So you know, like there's some
I
parents
see that view that want to do that. They
listen, they gonna throw the $1,500.
Yeah.
They gonna have
pay it up front.
Listen, they gonna have their kid work out at minimal twice a day.
Yep.
With different trainers, and they paying the cost. And these are parents that want to go get.
They want to go do it. Yeah.
And if you're building that program,
right?
Again, listen, your pockets probably can get greased decently for, but you also got to understand that comes with a level of expectation. Again,
the critique.
We're speaking about the ecosystem.
Yeah.
But then they want to get up out of here.
Yeah.
I done seen some national elementary school team schedules.
Oh,
and
man.
they be in Texas, Florida, Cali, Michigan.
Oklahoma.
I'll be like,
and to carry on to your point with that,
they be having parents that want to pay.
And I had the experience of that. You know, when we were actually turning that corner from being some kids that were playing to they're starting to garner a little bit more. Oh, okay, competing. So you know, at first we were not doing May hoops. You know what I mean? Our group. You know, then it was like I think we got to level where we should be. We should be putting ourselves out there, you know. Then you had some parents on the team. You know, and this is also doing like right after COVID. I don't feel like I want to travel that much. And there's some of them like, hey, bro, I don't give a dang. We with it. You know what I mean? And you know,
throw the mask on.
Yeah, right.
Throw the mask on. Hey,
let them play with it on.
Hey, we good. So you know, to your point, that there is a balancing that you got to figure out with that, and some parents are just a little bit more invested.
Yeah. And some ain't.
And some ain't. And some are not at a certain age.
Right.
You know, I will say, I'm not saying that they're not invested at all, but I feel like there are levels to it in different age groups where, you know, some parents start off, as soon as they jump into it, elite basketball, we 6, 7, 8 UA.
Yeah.
I expect to be elite based on what I've seen before.
Yeah.
You know, because now you got to think about the parents of these young kids now, who were the ones they were looking at.
Right.
You know, so
right.
I had to take myself out of it because I was basing what we should be doing based off what I did playing.
What you did, right? And that's what a lot of people do.
2000s, you know what I mean? We're like, it was known you're gonna do boom, 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 nationals. You know what I mean? To where
and the
it's
game
like
has changed. People forget to adjust.
Then you forget to adjust. You forget that, you know, hey, times have changed. I had to adapt to the new environment. You know, so it took me at times to like, you know, they was like, y'all going that way, you know, my parents want to kind of. Then they got to a point like, hey,
I got to get the players with.
I got to get the players with it. You know what I mean? So now when I'm starting to get the players, now I got to put them on the stage. I got to put them. I got to put them on that stage so I can keep them.
Because that's another.
Because that's another thing.
Lose them.
The more thing, the things you're not doing,
they be like, look, we're going over here. We're going over here.
And I experienced having a kid that I had for certain tournaments, and they gonna go another team to go. Because they get this crew out.
And that's the talk I'm having now. My 28 guy. He like, we got to do this or I'm going to lose.
For sure.
I'm like, all right, well, we going to do that. But this group, we ain't doing all that. Because the parents already, we going to stay over here.
You got to put yourself in that position to where you're able to retain.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, bullet points of what me and Coach G were talking about as far as the program you want to invest into. You want to see, hey, are you retaining those elite kids? what are you doing by them? Are you helping to develop them further?
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, so are you doing right by those kids? Because now the kid is coming behind that 2 years back is like, well, okay, I'm gonna give a example. So you got kids that looked at team and like, oh, they got Rob Dillingham, they got, you know, they had Pat, they had Kendi. Right. It's like, okay, I seen what these kids did. Right. I could put my kid along with that organization to see they can reach the same
thing, right?
And I'm using them because I coach for them and everything like that. So I don't want to say anybody else I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
I'm speaking on a team and an organization I was up under for 5 to 6 years.
And kids that
kids that I've coached and kids I were around, and I heard the conversations of, you know, we would leave our game and hey, what time the 8th grade playing? We got to go see Rob and all them play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then they became those kids.
Yeah,
you know, when I had the sequels and the cruises and all them, you know. Yeah. Oh, hey, little kids, little junior in them, they coming up now. Hey, what time y'all play? We gonna come to y'all court now. You know, that game we played y'all at Carolina Courts in the Junior Phenom.
Oh, yeah.
After that game, did you remember how many people was at that? I mean, at the time, it was like every team, not a team above them was there to watch that game. You know what I mean? Every grind team that was below and above was there like that. That was the it game. The game we played against CP3 that time, we was up against the one now.
The whole gym,
you know what I mean? Like all their teams and
by that second half.
By that second half, there was standing room only, bro. Yeah. There was no room on the sideline. It looked like a daggone high school game you see now.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you got to understand the levels of it, and you got to find the right alignment for your kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where we go back to the whole saying of putting yourself with making decisions for yourself and not making them as a group.
Yeah.
You know, it's all cool when they start off 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Oh yeah, I want to keep playing with the guys.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets to a point where you've risen above the guys.
Yeah, and you got to branch off.
And you got to branch off. You know what I mean? You got to do what's best for you and your kid.
I just had that conversation with a guy.
And you're not wrong for doing that.
And he's worried about the team. My guy's worried about the team. But I said, no, your son is at this level. That team, if they ain't talking, you got to find them another situation.
And it's okay to do that.
It's okay for that.
It's okay. And my thing is, the reason why it's okay is when you do it the right way.
Yeah, right.
When you communicate.
And tell them,
and let that coach of that program know
what's going on,
what you require, you know, what you're not getting versus what you want to get.
Yeah.
You know, and it may come off selfish, but one thing we know as coaches, I can't tell you how to do what you do with your kid.
Man,
that's your kid.
That's your kid.
You know what I mean? I respect you having this conversation with me. I respect you acknowledging my opinion, my acclimate to what I do.
Right.
But at the same time, when it all boils down to it, I have to respect your decision as a parent to do what you do best by your child. And I want you to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you as much information and resources to do that.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to hold you back just because I want you to stay with me.
Right.
If it's beneficial to go there, hey, bro, he need to go ahead and make that move.
You need to go over there. Yeah.
You need to make that move. Now, when making that move, now understand this is right here. Now, A, B, and C may not go that way.
Right.
But now he's going to definitely be put on the stage to be seen, to be elite. Now he may not get coached as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it's gonna be like the oop you threw me. But that boy look good now over there north.
Oh,
you know
what I'm
saying? Oh my goodness. He on that rim and he getting bigger.
Yeah.
He next.
But that was a situation to where it made sense to do what he did versus try to run and chase something else.
Something else.
You know,
that was a hell of a oop though. I was like, oh,
you know,
man.
I'm a point guard. I throw the best ones now. I throw the best ones.
I love that.
Hey, listen, I got to see Wayne in action. Wayne got like that like 99 to 03, like that slight little. I got some hints of the N1 tape. So he gonna come down. He gonna hit you.
Oh yeah.
He gonna hit you with that to set it up. Like I love that.
I seen him and Lil Darius go out. You remember that?
Yeah.
When we used to be at the church.
Yeah.
Darius' son.
Yeah.
I seen Wayne and him going at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went at it that day. Yeah, we went at it that day.
Oh shoot! I was like, let me get off the goal.
And he called, and that's back when that's them pride days.
Yeah.
Like he tossed the ball to you. What you gonna do?
He like, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
what?
Just challenge.
Let me tie
And
my
I didn't
shoes
think he
up,
was gonna
bro.
do it. He said, hold on.
Let me tie my shoes up.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So nonetheless, this has been a good episode of the Open Gym Podcast.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
We got the chance to talk about Trey's weekly viral moment and put it in context. It sounded like a real way.
Look, City, don't be mad at me, City. I love y'all, man.
Yeah, I mean, I
Wayne,
think
tell that locker room I love them boys now.
You got some appointments. You got to go. You got a couple appointments.
Wayne, no.
You got a couple appointments.
Wayne, look and let them guys know. Look, let them guys know I'm running around, but I love them, Wayne.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what you need to do, bro. Get your Glaze Clean shirt on, right? Pull up to the conference tournament at Independence,
right?
And just be there,
right?
Just be there, just be present,
right?
Yeah,
just be present.
I actually think that's
and you know what? And allow
thing.
them to have that conversation with you,
right?
Allow it, and if they want to pull up to have a conversation, you there,
right?
Yeah, but they can't never say you wasn't out there to have a conversation,
right?
Oh,
That's the best way you can do it.
Out there to see the game.
You out there to see the game. So now,
because that's really ultimately what I do. I'm pulling up to the game.
It can't be said that you seen it from off NFHS or you present.
No, you
there.
Right.
I see the warm ups to the end.
Right.
Seen the handshakes to the daggone conversations.
Right.
From the timeouts to the end time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm commenting on everything my eyes see.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I say, everybody's entitled to an opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I say, as you grow in that space, you're gonna get better at, being more general with your statements, but at the same time making impactful observations.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah, look, hey,
like
man.
I say, that would be a great look though. Put that Glaze Clean shirt on, pop out, be seen. Hey, be seen for the week, bro.
Hey, look, I would look.
Hey,
listen,
go find, go run to the car or wherever you want to be at in the after, because it's game after game after game conference. Where just give you a quick little recap, and pop back in,
pop out,
because to me, like I said, I think it's a part of a growing scene. Like, you gotta have the cameramen. Like, we see how the cameramen they pop in where it's at.
Yeah.
You also gotta have spectators and people that have conversation, people that stir the pot.
I want to start doing live. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna pick it back what he said. Shoot, don't go out to the car. Find your little corner.
Corner.
Set that camera up. Somebody gonna walk by.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Hey, so I got such and such right here. Yeah, he just played in the game. Before long, they're gonna be looking to guy. They gonna find that camera. They got to have that post game interview.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying. The way the movement is going.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
The way the movement is going, the more you interject yourself in a space where you're unbiasedly there and you're unbiased to give your opinion and everything. It's gonna be what it is, brother.
Right.
Yeah. So with that said, like I said, we kind of touched on a lot of things that have happened throughout the week. A lot of ways and perspectives as parents, as coaches, as athletes, that you should be receiving different feedback, because the statement is heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yes, sir.
And that says as a coach, that says an athlete, that says a commentator. Heavy is the head, and when you understand what comes with it, then it's okay. Like, you understand that parents gonna be parents, coaches gonna be coaches, athletes gonna be athletes, and that is the ecosystem of this entire thing. With that said, this has been a fun episode of the Open Gym Podcast. I'm Coach Q.
Coach T, who I be.
Coach Way Too Nice in the Open Gym, and you see us going down in the background, baby. We authentic.
Yes, sir. It's a real open
salute.
Gym.
Yes, sir. Peace.
He made it even more.
Yeah.
He on that rim like I don't know what.
Oh yeah. He